Alrighty. Just waiting on YouTube Studio. And we're live, baby. What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with my week 3 picks for the Stephen Rose and the now Yinzer Mac Sports tournament. For those wondering, who the heck is the Yinzer Mac? That is my good friend, one of the cooler Steeler fans on this lovely platform. There are quite a few good ones. You just got to know where to look. But yeah, he is formerly known as Steel Maiden or Steel Sermon, or if you're a real YouTube OG, City of Champions 95. Yeah, he's gone through some name changes. But hey, it's the same old person, right? Yep. So, we're already here at week 3 already. Woo boy. What a fun week of football. Unless you're a Browns fan. Yeah. For us Browns fans, this week was hell. Mainly last night. And speaking of which, before I get into my picks, I got an update on Mr. Nick Chubb. By the way, wearing the Chubb Hub shirt as a little tribute. But Josina Anderson came out with an update on Nick Chubb's current situation, as she said that he needs 2 surgeries. Yeah. So, that's going to be interesting. And Josina also mentioned that his meniscus is involved. All I need to hear is that the arteries and the nerves are fine. Because if those are affected, that's what happened to Greedy with his shoulder. Everyone remembers that. Had a shoulder nerve injury, missed a whole season because of it. It was originally thought, oh, he'll be back in a couple weeks. Big deal. He missed the whole season because of a shoulder nerve issue. Nerves and arteries are the worst. Although, if an artery was affected, they would have done emergency procedures. So I think he's fine there. But yeah, I did not want to see the replay. Yet, thanks to the sicko freaks on Twitter, I stumbled across it, saw an image of the tackle, and yeah, it was not fun to watch. Your leg is not supposed to bend like that. And had to get that out of my head. That was scary. And hopefully Nick Chubb can get through this. As far as his football career goes, I don't even care about this point. It's just about getting healthy at this point. Football can wait. You know. Can he play football again? I have no idea. I'm sure he will, but it's tricky because this is the same knee he tore out at Georgia. You want to talk about a grotesque injury? Go watch that injury. Ugh. That was bad. That was a bad injury in Georgia. This one's almost as bad, if not worse. So, anyways, well, I pull up everything that I'm gonna need for this lovely edition of my weekly picks. Sure as always to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, become a member for exclusive perks. I say it in every single video and live stream. And if you notice in the description, I've been putting that in my descriptions now lately. Like, subscribe, have fun, or maybe I'll change it up. Like, subscribe, go Browns. And in this case, like, subscribe, have fun, and bet responsibly, because I do know a lot of you guys be betting on these games. And do it responsibly, because I do not want to hear about you guys putting your entire life savings on a parlay only to have you missed by that much because a dude missed a field goal. And now, one, you don't have a house. Two, you don't have a car. You're not getting any food. And you're screwed. I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to see you in the news like that Chiefs fan, Chiefsaholic, robbing banks because he wanted to go see his team so bad. He needed money, so he goes robbing a bank, and now he's in trouble with the feds. Yeah, an interesting situation that was. I don't need to hear about that. All right, I need to hear about you guys going to games and having fun. But yeah, like I said, bet responsibly, please. I don't really bet like that because I'm afraid if I start betting and I do good, I'm gonna get addicted, and then it's just all gonna go downhill. Or I'm gonna bet and I'm gonna lose and I'm gonna get pissed and I'm like I'm gonna freaking win a damn bet, and then I'm still gonna get pissed and I'm gonna have no money, you know. But anyways, enough of the crap. Enough of this rambling. I love to rabble, as you guys know. But we're gonna pull up everything I need here. Bovada. I'm not sponsored by anything, by the way. I just like using Bovada for the betting lines. So, anyways, we're gonna get right down to it. Starting with Thursday night football. And we got ourselves an interesting matchup here. The 1-1 Giants and the 2-0 Niners. Giants are coming off a big time victory against the lowly Arizona Cardinals in a game where they were down by as much as 20 points. They were down 20-0. They were looking at a bad loss. That would have been embarrassing. They were looking at 0-2 in the face, looking down the barrel of losing to the damn Cardinals. But you know what? It's almost like at halftime, Brian DeBole went over to Mike Kafka and he just yanked the freaking play sheet away because, oddly enough, he started calling plays and they started having success. Yeah. Crazy, isn't it? Now you look at how these two teams did in their last game. Of course, the Niners, let's just say they handled business against the Rams. They did really good against the Rams, although LA did give them a little bit of a fight. But at the end, Brock Purdy did his thing. Christian McCaffrey is an absolute beast with the Niners. I still remember when they made that trade. I was actually watching a Sports Fury stream, and the trade went down. And yeah, I was like, wow, Niners got McCaffrey. Awesome. Could the Browns do the same thing with Cam Akers? I mean, it's possible. Never say never, especially considering Andrew Berry's reputation. We kind of do need a running back. In fact, today they had Kareem Hunt in town. Now, I just posted a video talking about running back options. And funny enough, that video, the reason why it took so long to upload is because I had an original video version that had a little funny thing at the end, but it would have taken 2 hours to upload, and I'm not waiting that long. I got to do this. So, anyways, the reason why I'm rambling on so much is because I'm looking for the damn box score for the damn Giants and Cardinals game. Of course, ESPN has everything all over the place. Fun times. Gotta love it, right? But yeah, this should be a very entertaining matchup, to say the least. I know Thursday night games haven't been the best, although Eagles Vikings was pretty good. And honestly, Lions Chiefs was awesome too. So for the most part, Thursday games have been at least somewhat entertaining, right? For the most part. I know some people are like, that's whatever. But looking at how the Giants did, they won 31-28. Again, like I said, down 20-0 at halftime. And they came out like a whole new team. I don't know what happened in that locker room, but whatever happened, it helped benefit them. Daniel Jones overall, 26 of 37, 321 yards, 2 tutties, 1 pick. Got sacked 3 times for 9 yards. Overall, 27 carries, 127 yards, and 2 tutties from Barkley and Jones. Barkley might not play this week. It sounds like he could be out 3 weeks or so. And he's just like Nick Chubb to us. Yeah. He's the engine that drives the Giants offense. Low key. They do have a nice supporting cast, though. Yeah. Jalen Hyatt had a great game. 2 receptions, 89 yards. He made it count. Darren Waller, Darius Slayton, Hodgins, Barkley, Paris Campbell, and Shepard all got catches in this game. Hodgins and Barkley both scored touchdowns receiving. Hodgins, I believe, scored the game tying touchdown. And it's just like I was hanging out in Bad Dog and Entertainer's stream. I'd be all over the place. And yeah, you could just tell the vibe completely changed in that second half. Like I said, it's like they turned on a switch or something. Like, what gives? Were they sleeping in the first half? Were they mentally even there? Must not have been. God, Dayball must have really smacked them in the shape or something, man, because that was a completely different team in that second half. What's up, Jacob? Your GG's from last night. I'm sorry about Chubb. I'm going to the Browns game Sunday versus Tennessee. I can't wait to see D Hop and Henry. Still believe in this team and make the Howard. Damn. Damn. Good game last night. Our offense. Still 58. I'm going to say this. Matt Canada is a football terrorist. Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for those dumb two turnovers, we win that game last night. Our defense had the Steelers offense in lockdown, aside from that Pickens touchdown. The quicker they fire Matt Canada, the better off they will be. But I mean, like my guy Yinzer Max said in his stream, they don't fire people. They don't do it. It's their thing. They're too loyal. They don't fire people. They'd be horrible in the in the blue collar world because they don't fire people. Like you could literally suck ass as a coach and they won't fire you. Honestly, as a Browns fan, I kind of want them to keep him around forever. But yeah, he's a detriment to their team. Yep. Like they were lucky that we were feeling pretty generous and giving the ball away. Otherwise, and not to mention Chubb going down really hurt us too because the way it was looking, Chubb was absolutely cooking y'all too. He was having one of those games. They could not stop him. And then Minka, I don't know, I don't think it was on purpose, but he kind of dove and he went at the knee. And like I said, your knee's not supposed to bend like that. Now Browns fans are going to forever hate Minka because of that, especially if Chubb's career is forever altered because of that. Because in my eyes, Chubb was on the way to having another 1,000 yard season. No, Minka Fitzpatrick has to tackle him. Nah, no. I don't know if Chubb's going to play again. I would think so, but it's too early to say. I mean, he had a gnarly injury like that in 2015 with Georgia, and he came back like a monster. I mean, I remember that dude in the freaking bowl game against Oklahoma just running people over. But knowing Nick, I don't know. It's hard to say. I hope he comes back, but again, I have to wait and see. But yeah, the Giants woke up and they did what they were supposed to do, and that is beat the Cardinals. Now, on the other side, the Niners went out there and took care of business, although the Rams did put up a fight. They did. But, second half again, it was a 10 to 6 no, I'm sorry, 13 to 6 half for the Niners. Brock Purdy, 17 of 25, very efficient, 206 yards, no touchdowns or interceptions, got sacked only once. Christian McCaffrey cooked again. In fact, all their touchdowns, I believe, came on the ground. Yeah, all their touchdowns came on the ground. One from McCaffrey, Samuel, and Brock Purdy. McCaffrey, 20 carries, 116 yards, and a touchdown. He's going to be a big challenge for the Giants defense to stop. And by the way, did I mention the Giants defense has 0 sacks this year? I literally looked it up. I thought it was fake. No, they have 0 sacks. They did not touch Josh Dobbs. How do you have Kayvon Thibodeau and such a nice pass rush and you can't even touch him? You couldn't. Did they hit him at all? I don't even know. Hey, look. No way. Did they at least get a couple QB hits? Okay, they got 6 QB hits. So there were 6 times where they were that close to bringing him down, and they just couldn't. Oh, that's tough. You hate to see it, right? You hate to see it. Not getting any sacks with such a nice pass rush. That's tough. Wink Martindale should be ashamed of himself because now he's got to face a really good Niner offensive line. And Kevin Thibodeau's going to have a hell of a time getting to Purdy because you got to deal with Trent Williams. Unless they move him to the other side. Well, I think you'll face what, McKivitz or something? But yeah. Thing line for this game is, my God, Niners by 10? Well, you got to think about it. Thursday night game. Giants traveling across the country. No, well, possibly no Saquon Barkley. And this is the Niners home opener. So yeah, it's now 15 minutes into the stream, and I'm still in the first game. Lovely. I'm going Niners. Yeah. Give me San Francisco over the Giants. I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I think it'll be a considerably sized victory for the Niners. I just can't trust the Giant defense against Christian McCaffrey. Like, they got diced up by Josh Dobbs. Like, are we serious, Giants? Dobbs, 21 of 31, 228 yards and a touchdown. He did not get sacked once. To be fair, James Conner had 23 carries for 106 yards. Dobbs had 3 for 41, including one where he actually scored. He trucked a safety. I think it was McKinney. He trucked him, put a shoulder down, and just ran him over. Like, how do you get run over by Josh Dobbs? Okay. But yeah, give me the Niners to take down the Giants. Oh boy. And then, of course, when it comes to the broadcast crew, it's Thursday Night Football. So you're going to get Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit. All right, let's move on to the Sunday games. All right, I've spent almost 20 minutes talking about this damn game, but I've also been talking about Nick Chubb too. So, starting the Sunday slate, we got the 1-1 Colts and the 2-0 Ravens. Kind of like Superman versus Bizarro Superman a little bit, you know. Fun fact, the Ravens used to be, or the Colts used to be in Baltimore. They moved away, and then the rest is history. I'm not going to get into it. In their last game, Indianapolis beat Houston 31-20. Anthony Richardson got hurt. I think it was a concussion or something like that. Minshew came in there and he was solid. 19 of 23, 171 yards and a touchdown for him. Anthony Richardson was 6 of 10 for 56 yards. Neither guy got sacked. On the ground, it was Zach Moss with a touchdown on 18 carries, 88 yards. Anthony Richardson, 3 carries, 2 of which were touchdowns for 35 yards. Good stuff. Through the air, it was mainly Michael Pittman. Again, he seems to be their number one guy. 8 receptions, 56 yards for him. In total, 25 receptions, 227 yards for the Colts receivers. Yeah. And then on the ground, of course, 23 carries, 126 yards too. So they got that good stuff against the Texans. Now, this week, of course, the Colts are facing the Ravens, who will be missing a couple guys, but the Ravens, of course, are coming off a very good victory over the Bungles. And in this game, Lamar, 24 of 33, 237 yards, 2 touchdowns, no sacks. Damn, that's tough. Bungles, you couldn't even sack Lamar? That's tough. Gus Edwards scored 1 touchdown on the ground, 37 carries, 178 yards total for Baltimore rushing. And then through the air, 24 receptions, 237 yards, and 2 touchdowns from Nelson Aguilar and Mark Andrews. So there's the lovely Todd Monken offense for you. They're not really going to run it a whole lot, especially Lamar. Lamar only ran it 12 times. It's a lot, but yeah, he'll still run it, but he's mainly going to try to throw it. That's Todd Monken for you. There's going to be a lot of throws, and he's probably going to put that ball in danger quite a bit. But yeah, Zay Flowers looks like that dude. 4 receptions, 62 yards for him. He was 4 or 5. 5 targets, 4 receptions. Yeah. But the defense, 1 sack. Yeah. 1 sack by Clowney. That's it. So to be fair, the Bengals O-line is actually doing much better this year. Burrow's not under siege the entire game. Although They did get 5 hits on him. We got 10 on Burrow the week prior, so that's 15 QB hits surrendered in 2 games. Ha! And that's what 15 QB hits and 3 sacks. That's like a sack for every 5 QB hits. Ah! And the worst part is Joe Burrow might have aggravated his injury, so I don't know if he's going to play. Man, if they have to start Jake Browning, oh, they're done for. Jake Browning plays in this game. It's like, well, you should have maybe not played him week 1. Now, if they wouldn't have played him week 1, it would have been even worse. It would have been even worse. I got to take out my freaking Z drive, man. Come on now. I hate that. I don't know if you guys hear like a noise or something. But yeah, my Z drive. Where all my memes are. Oh, I just hit my door. Oh, well. I'll finish. I'll work on this later. Oh, well. Whatever. But yeah, the Colts are going to have their hands full trying to contain this Raven offense. And we'll see how the Raven defense does against Minshew or Anthony Richardson. This is going to be a fun game. And I mean, you look at what the Colts did to CJ Stroud, 6 sacks from 6 different people. How about that, huh? They had 9 QB hits, so they were getting after poor CJ Stroud. Poor kid. Welcome to the NFL, right? Yeah, you look at the betting line for this game, and let me see it. Yep, here it is. Ravens by 7.5. Yeah, I think we all know who I'm rolling with here. I mean, shout out to JB Taylor. He's another content creator for the Colts. You got a solid young squad, but yeah, you're not on the Ravens level. I got the Ratbirds winning this one. They're going to probably win it by 2 or 3 touchdowns, I feel like. I just think Lamar's going to cook in this game. So, yeah, give me the Ravens to win. All right, now let's get to my squad. Yeah, 1 o'clock. Back on Sunday. Feels like it's been forever. And I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but CBS is officially back on the TV. Yeah, that's why I had to stream my week 1 game on my computer. I had Paramount Plus going in the background, and I was always behind. Well, as far as I know, that won't happen anymore. Although I will have to use Sunday Ticket every once in a while, most likely. But this week, this game is on my TV, which means I will not be behind again. Awesome. But anyways, the 1-1 Titans are coming to the dog pound to face the Browns. Browns are, of course, without Nick Chubb. Titans, they haven't been that great. They lost by 1 point to the Saints. And then they escape against the Chargers, who have not looked great at all thus far. And I'm not really scared of the Titans at all. Maybe it's just me, but I am not scared of them one bit. It feels weird. It's like usually the Titans are a scary team, but I'm just not scared. You know why? Because our defense is freaking nasty. You see what we were doing to freaking Pittsburgh? Granted, that's Matt Canada, but still. That's still, man. I think we were really getting after that dude Pickett. Now we get to face Tannehill, who, by the way, was sacked 5 times by the Chargers pass rush. Mostly, it was Kenneth Murray, Tuli Pelotu, and 2 from Bosa, and then 1 from Morgan Fox. So that's what interior edge rusher and Fox. And is that 2 edge rushers in Tuli and Bosa? Let me do a quick little research here on the Chargers. I'm not doing this. I just want to see if those guys are interior or exterior guys, because that'll tell me a lot about our matchups. I already went through the matchup in my preview video, but yeah, Za'Darius Smith is such a weapon for us. Myles Garrett is too, although I have noticed Myles Garrett has been awfully quiet. Yep, he's been awfully quiet this year. I thought he had a sack last night, but he didn't. In terms of who got sacks last night, Shelby Harris and Mo Hurst got a half a sack, which means we saw the belly rub sack Selly for the first time. Yeah. And then Sione Takitaki had a sack. So technically that's 2 sacks. We also had 9 QB hits. So the Browns have amassed 19 QB hits. 2 from Dalvin Tomlinson, who actually got to pick it right as he was throwing that touchdown pass. Darn, if he was only a few seconds earlier. Alex Wright got a QB hit. Miles got a QB hit. Sione, Hurst, and Obo had a QB hit. Anthony Walker, Shelby Harris. Almost everyone in the front seven had a freaking QB hit in this game. It's freaking insane. 9 QB hits to pick it, and now we get to face Tannehill. And if you're wondering how are Newsome and Ward, well, Newsome is, I guess he's going to be okay. That's what he said. He had a hyperextended shoulder or elbow, which I saw that when he landed on that guy. I thought it was going to be like with his ankle. But no, it was, I guess, a hyperextended arm or a shoulder or something. And then Ward had cramps, so he came back. They both went back out on the field, so that's good. We'll be fine there. But yeah, Deshaun. Yeah, Kevin, you must have left your bag at home, buddy, because that was not fun. Ugh, 22 of 40, 235 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And we learned this with Baker. If you have to make your quarterback throw it 40 times, yeah, it ain't going to work out. Especially when your running backs get 35 carries for 198 yards, mostly from Jerome Ford on that one run. Nick Chubb was, like I said, cooking. He was well on his way to having a big game. 10 carries, 64 yards. He probably would have had over 100 yards plus, but, he don't bet like that. And Pierre Strong actually had a rushing touchdown. His first as a Brown, yeah. 2 carries, 1 yard. Awesome. He came in after Chubb got hurt because it was him and Ford. And the word is Kareem Hunt's in town, so it might be Ford and Hunt from now on. What about Cam Akers? I mean, I literally just made a video talking about possible running back options. I mean, it's not a guarantee we're going to sign Hunt. We had him in for a visit. They might have Hunt as like a backup option in case they don't get Cam Akers. Depends on who they want more. But yeah, Deshaun got sacked 6 times, so offensive line let down Deshaun, especially that statue at left tackle. Big time. Receiving was pretty good. 22 receptions, 235 yards for the receivers. Mostly Amari Cooper, who was battling a groin injury. I wasn't even sure he was going to play in that game. But he toughed through it, made some good catches, and yeah, he looked good. Njoku, Moore, Bell, Ford, all those guys got contributions. They tried to go to Goodwin again, failed both times. I guess Goodwin's only going to get the ball on deep shots because why not, right? Bryant sucks. Pierre Strong had 1 target, didn't do anything there. Yeah, our defense did really good. Grant Delpit had another interception. I think that's what now, 4 or 5 in his career now. Maybe even 6. I don't know if he had any in his rookie year. One he did miss a whole season because of an injury. Yeah, I think he got hurt the same day Greedy got hurt. Wait, a few years ago. Last year, I think he had like 3 sacks in one game. I think that was his 5th. He had 3 sacks and 3 turnovers in one game, I think it was, 2 or 3. And then he had another one against the Saints, and then he had the one last night. So he's starting to rack up them picks, and if he balls out like he's been doing, he's going to get a decently sized contract from hopefully the Browns. I'm hoping we keep him around. But you look at the Titans, and yeah, 20 of 24, 246 yards, 1 touchdown for Tannehill. Derrick Henry, 25 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown. Tannehill also had 1 on the ground as well. Receiving wise, 20 receptions, 246 yards, and a touchdown in total. The touchdown coming from Nick Westbrook Ikine. I mean, I'm looking at this receiving corps for Tennessee, and it's like Traylon Burks, Chris Moore, D Hop, some guy named Chigozium Okonkwo, Nick Westbrook Ikine, Derrick Henry, Tajay Spears, and Trayvon Wesco. I don't know why, but I'm not really scared of that receiving corps. Maybe it's just because our secondary's been really good, and our pass rush should be able to get after Tannehill, hopefully. This would be a great game for Myles Garrett to finally have that 4 or 5 sack game that he's been so close to having so many times in his career. Now on defense, they did get 3 sacks on Justin Herbert. Jeffrey Simmons Danico Autry and Harold Landry all got sacks. So once again, Jedrick Wills is going to have his hands full, as will most likely DeJuan Jones. But it'll be interesting to see how everything goes. Betting line for this game, believe it or not, I believe actually favors the Browns. If I can find it here on the website. Here it is. Yeah, Browns are favored by 3. It's standard for a home team. And then the broadcasters, by the way, for the first couple of games, Spiro Dides and Adam Archuleta will be calling the Tennessee Cleveland game. Beth Mowens, James Lofton, and Jay Feely will be doing Indy and Baltimore. And then Giants and Arizona. Wait, I said Giants and Arizona. They play on Thursday. Did I see the games? I think I did. I'm only on the second game. I've been streaming for a half hour and I'm only on game 2. Oh, I gotta speed this up, man. I'm rambling. See what I mean? My God. But yeah, you already know who I'm picking here. I'm going Browns. I'm going Browns to take it over the Titans. They're going to get back on track with the Ravens coming up after that. All right, moving on. We got a very surprising matchup. 2-0 Falcons, 1-1 Lions. And betting line for this game. Let's see. This should be a very fun game. I can imagine. Yeah, Falcons and Lions. Lions favored by 3, which is standard for home teams. It's essentially a split kind of, it's like a draw almost. You can pick whoever. But you look at these two teams, of course, Lions lost a heartbreaker in overtime, and the Falcons got the job done. Yeah, the Falcons got the job done against the Packers. Bijan Robinson is looking more and more like that dude every time I watch him. He is going to be something nice in this league. I already know. He is going to be something nice. And by the way, the matchup predictor gives the Lions a 55% chance to win this game. Yeah. Yeah, Falcons escaped with the win. Lions lost in overtime. This is going to be a fun game. I can already tell. Honestly, I might be keeping an eye on this game. Definitely. All right, so let's see here. Okay, there's the Lions game. So let's look at the Lions and Seahawks here. Lions 28 of 35 for Goff, 3 tutties, 1 interception, got sacked twice. Through the air, 28 receptions, 323 yards. Oh my God. 6 receptions, 102 yards for Amon-Ra St. Brown, who is an absolute dog. Josh Reynolds, who's been killing it so far, 5 receptions, 66 yards, 2 tutties, and 1 tutty from Khalif Raymond, 2 receptions, 46 yards for him. I guess you could say a very solid receiving core for Jared Goff, who's having a fantastic year. Of course, he threw an interception, which sucks, but it happens. It was going to happen at some point. And I believe it was actually a pick 6, right? Yeah. Oh, that's even worse. Man, you threw a pick 6. Darn, man, that's tough. Defensively, they only got 1 sack on Geno Smith. And now you got to face the Falcons, who went out there and, of course, beat the Packers by 1 because they have a really good kicker. But Desmond Ridder, 19 of 32, 237 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, got sacked 1 time for only 2 yards. On the ground, 19 carries, 124 yards for Bijan. And then Algier had 16 for 48. Ridder had 10 for 39 and a touchdown. For 45 carries total, 211 yards. Through the air, pretty clear that Ridder didn't really spread the ball around that much. It was mainly Drake London, Matt Collins, and a little bit of Bijan doing the work. Although they did get Jonnu Smith and Kyle Pitts involved a little bit. Only 2 receptions for Kyle Pitts. I mean, what are we doing? 1 touchdown to Drake London. That was it through the air. And then defensively, only 1 sack. So you look at these two teams, and you look at the betting line for this game. Again, it's 3, so it's essentially a spread. It's even. Considering the weapons and the fact that it's in Detroit, the place is gonna be buzzing. Mm, like the Lions. Yeah. Give me the Lions to squeak out a victory at home in front of that Lions crowd. And although I think the Falcons will make it a great game, this might even go to overtime. But I'm gonna go Lions over the Falcons. All right, moving on, we got the undefeated 2-0 Saints against the 1-1 Packers. Now, sticking with the Packers here, Jordan Love, 14 of 25, 151 yards, 3 touchdowns. Hey. Um, Two of them go to Jaden Reed, the rook out of Spartyville. Dontavian Wicks had a touchdown as well on 2 receptions, so he made it count. And then, yeah, so those two guys cooked. Romeo Dobbs, 2 for 30. Musgrave, dude, like the most receptions these guys had was 4 from Reed. Damn, they didn't throw the ball much at all. A.J. Dillon cooked on the ground, 15 carries, 55 yards. Dude, how the hell did they 84 yards on the ground and they barely threw the ball? What was the freaking time of possession on this thing? Holy crap, they barely had the ball. They only had the ball 23 minutes. No wonder. The freaking Falcons essentially played keep away. 36 minutes time of possession. Man, that's freaking nuts. That's essentially playing keep away. Dude, the Packers only had 17 first downs. 4 on the ground. Damn. They only had 4. Oh my God. 4 first downs on the ground. 10 through the air. And 3 from penalty. Falcons had 15 first downs on the ground. That's how good their run game is. They're going to have their hands full with that Lions up front. The Lions only sacked Gino once, but don't sleep on Aiden and them. They can get after Ritter. They can definitely get after that guy for sure. That's why I'm going. I'm going Lions at home. Give me the Kitty Cats from the Motor City to take this dub. And as far as the yeah, Adam Amin and Mark Schlereth will be on the call for this game. Okay, so that's good. All right, moving on. Okay, like I said, Packers and Saints here. Kind of got carried away there. Sorry, guys. It's like Creepy like you just talked about that game. I know, I got carried away. Sorry. But anyways, Packers again. Love barely threw the ball. They barely had any time with the ball. And the Saints, of course, we just saw them play a little bit last night. Very good game. They won 20-17, although I think the Panthers scored a touchdown very late when the game was practically over. As far as how they did overall, looked like Derek Carr had a good game. Yeah, he did. 21 of 36, 228 yards, only 1 interception. This dude didn't throw a single touchdown. Got sacked 4 times. Ouch. 2 rushing touchdowns from Tony Jones Jr., who ran it 12 times for 34 yards. Yeah, they weren't getting much of anything on the ground from anyone not named Taysom Hill, who had 9 carries, 75 yards. Damn. And then Jamal Williams got hurt too. 33 carries, 134 yards total for that. But then through the air, my guy Olave cooked. 6 receptions, 86 yards. Rashid Shaheed, 4 for 63. Michael Thomas did his thing as usual. Good to see him back on the field though. Hopefully he can actually stay healthy this year. 22 receptions, 236 yards total for the Saints receivers, but again, no touchdowns. Now, when you look at this matchup here, betting line for this game, Saints and Packers. I can expect it's probably going to be close. Yeah, only 2 favoring the Packers at home. I'm going to go Saints. Yeah, give me the fleur de lis to go to 3-0. Call them the, what, fleur de 3-0? I know, I'll stop. But yeah, give me New Orleans to take the W. Yeah, give me the Saints. They're going to march in and they're going to take that dub. All right, moving on. Let's get to Jacksonville. Ooh, for an AFC South matchup. The Texans and the Jaguars. Texans come in at 0-2, and they lost to Anthony Richardson / Gardner Minshew. The Jaguars, of course, took a L in a hard-fought game against one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, this is going to be a good matchup. I can already tell. I mean, that Jaguars team is for real. They made some mistakes against Kansas City, and as we all know, you can't do that against Mahomes because he will make you pay 100% of the time. Now, again, looking at the Texans, they had trouble keeping Stroud upright. 6 sacks. Uh, I mean, to be fair, Stroud did throw 47 times for 384 yards, 2 touchdowns. My God. 30 of 47. That's nuts. They barely ran the ball, really. Damian Pierce, 15 carries, 31 yards. That's essentially 2 yards per carry. Damn. Now, through the air, Nico Collins. That's weird for a Buckeye fan. Seeing Stroud throw it to Nico. Little Buckeye to Wolverine action. Ugh, that's just weird to see. But hey, that's the NFL for you. You see some weird things. But yeah, Nico Collins, 7 receptions, 146 yards and a touchdown. Tank Dell, 7 receptions, 72 yards and a touchdown. Robert Woods had 6 for 74. Schultz, 4 for 34. Brevin Jordan, 2 for 27. John Mechie, 1 for 17. Good to see him back on the field after what he's went through. Devin Singletary, 1 for 10. Damian Pierce, 2 for 4. And Xavier Hutchinson had 1 target, no catches. And I mean, they did not get to either quarterback for Indy. I mean, you look at their pass rush, it's not too bad. Of course, you got Will Anderson Jr., Jerry Hughes and company, Sheldon Rankins. They have some nice pieces in their pass rush, but yeah, they're going to have trouble getting to Trevor Lawrence, who was sacked 4 times, I'm sure, but I know that offensive line is probably going to be able to handle the Texans' pass rush. Because if you can't freaking touch the Colts quarterback with their offensive line the way it is, it's not as good as it used to be from what I hear, but that could be different. I think the key for Houston is to get after Trevor Lawrence. Can they do it? I don't know. Now, Trevor, 22 of 41, 216 yards, no touchdowns or interceptions, got sacked 4 times. In fact, they did not score a touchdown at all. It was all field goals. Damn. They had so many chances too, but they kept screwing up. You can't do that against Pat Mahomes. I'm sure Trevor Lawrence will have a big game against what is expected to be a very bad Texans team. That's why I'm going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars to get the dub. Yeah. And as far as who's calling this game, it'll be Chris Myers and Robert Smith on Fox. And then Kenny Albert and Jonathan Vilma will be doing New Orleans, Green Bay. I already talked about Atlanta and Detroit, Adam Amin and Mark Schlereth. Well, this could be an interesting game, sure, but I think Jacksonville will win it pretty convincingly, if I'm being honest with you. Now, betting line for this lovely contest, as you can imagine, is definitely favoring the Jags, -9.5. Over under is about 43.5. I think they could probably score slightly over 43, somewhere around there, maybe. I do think Jacksonville's going to take the win regardless. So, see how this one goes. All right, moving on. Now we get to the bottom chunk of 1 o'clock games, starting with the 2-0 Dolphins and the 0-2 Broncos. Little Tua versus Russ action here. This should be good. Now we just saw Tua and company go into Foxborough, a place where some quarterbacks have a lot of trouble winning. And he did his thing, man. Jalen Waddle, I think, got hurt in concussion protocol. Tyreek Hill was doing Tyreek Hill things. And let me just look up the box score just to confirm what I was saying because I don't want to sound like a freaking idiot. So last thing I want to do is say something that didn't even happen, right? But you look at this one here. This one honestly should not be really that much. I think it'll be a good game. I don't even know what I'm even saying. It's freaking late. My brain is just throwing words out. I'm just trying to stall until I find out what I'm looking for. But yeah, Broncos lost a heartbreaker to the Commanders. You know, they were winning and then they blew it, and the Commanders somehow escaped. Now, it did look like that they tied the game, but they missed the 2 point conversion. Yeah. Russ threw a beautiful Hail Mary that was deflected and caught in the end zone, only to, uh, you know, fail the 2 point conversion. Now, Broncos fans would argue that there was a penalty, but no. Refs were like, penalty, huh? What are you talking about? Now, if there's something to be concerned with, if you're the Broncos, Russell Wilson got sacked 7 times in this game. 7 sacks. As far as who the sacks came from, well, 1.5 from Sweat and Chase Young, the usual suspects. Casey Toohill, James Smith Williams, and Deron Payne each had 1 sack apiece. 14 QB hits. And oh, yeah, Jamin Davis had a sack too. 14 QB hits. 3 from Payne, 3 from Sweat, 2 from Cody Barton, 2 from Davis, 2 from Young. My God. Like, do you know what you're going up against in Miami? Denver? Huh? Do you know who you're going up against? You know, this dude named Christian Wilkins, Bradley Chubb. He's pretty good, right? He's still around. He's pretty good. Russ, you better have your running shoes on. I don't know if Sean Payton's telling you to run around anymore, but you better tell him, hey, I need to run around a little bit, man. I'm getting killed back here. They're feasting on me, man. I gotta run around, man. I gotta be old Russ. I gotta go back to being prime Russ again. Cause my God, man, 7 times. Ugh. No, the Dolphins got to Mac Jones 4 times. Yeah. They had 1 sack apiece from David Long Jr., Bradley Chubb, Christian Wilkins, and Andrew Van Ginkel. So, Russ, you better have your running shoes on because Chubb and Wilkins are coming after you, buddy. Have fun. Now, besides that, Russ didn't even really have a bad game for the most part. 18 of 32, 308 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Those sacks, though, my God, it was like a sack fest. On the ground, 23 carries, 122 yards, mostly from Javonte Williams, as you'd expect. But Russell Wilson, 6 carries, 56 yards led the way. Jaleel McLaughlin had the only touchdown on the ground. 1 carry, 5 yards, and a touchdown. Wow. Through the air, though, they did their thing. 18 receptions, 308 yards, 2 tutties from Brandon Johnson, and then 1 from Marvin Mims on a deep ball. Wow. That's really it. I mean, Marvin Mims, yeah, he did his thing, but Sutton led the team in receptions with 5 in this game. Nobody got more than 5 receptions. Couple had 2, couple had 3, and little Jordan Humphrey had 1. So we'll see how he fares against the Miami Dolphins. Now, Tua, 21 of 30, 249 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, got sacked only once. So good job by the Dolphins O-line to protect him. Now, rushing, 30 carries, 145 yards, 2 touchdowns from Raheem Mostert, who had pretty much the Lions' share of the carries. 18 carries, 121 yards for Raheem. Ahmed, A-Chain, Ezukama, Tua, and Waddle all had carries. But it was mainly Raheem Mostert killing the Patriots. And I feel like he could do the same thing to the Broncos, too, if they're not careful. And then through the air, 21 receptions, 249 yards for the Dolphins, mostly from Waddle, who had 4 for 86. Tyreek Hill had 5 for 40 and a touchdown. River Craycraft, 2 for 34. Braxton Berrios, 2 for 28. Yeah, it was mainly the usual suspects doing the damage. And then, like I said, on the ground, it was the guys Long Chubb, hit Long Chubb, giggity, Wilkins, and Van Ginkel with the sacks. This is going to be an interesting one. This really will be. And the Denver defense, 2 from Jonathan Cooper, 1 from Randy Gregory, 1 from Nick Bonito. That's who got the sacks. So hey, Jonathan Cooper, okay. Randy Gregory, he's still out there doing damage, okay. And then Nick Bonito, okay, cool. It'll be a fun matchup. I really think so. And in terms of the betting line for this lovely contest, 6.5 for the Dolphins at home. Did I mention it was in Miami? Yeah. I'm actually going to go Miami here. Give me the Dolphins to win this game, and they're going to go to 3-0 on the year. What a start to the season they're having. Let's just hope they don't turn out to be frauds, right? As far as who's calling the game, it'll be Kevin Harlan and Trent Green. So this one's going to be a doozy just based off of that alone. All right, moving on. We get the 0-2 Chargers and the 0-2 Vikings. Something's got to give. Who's going to get their first win? Justin Herbert or Kirk Cousins? Oh boy, what an intriguing matchup this will be. Cousins, he did really well actually against the Eagles' dilapidated passing defense. 31 of 44, 364 yards, 4 touchdowns, got sacked twice against the almighty Eagle defense, right? Yeah. They barely ran the ball, only ran it 9 times for 28 yards, mostly from Madison. Actually, all from Madison. Ted Chandler had 1 carry for no yards. Damn. But then through the air, 31 receptions, mostly from Justin Jefferson, who had 11 for 159. Jordan Addison, 3 receptions, 72 yards and a touchdown. TJ Hawkinson, got him in fantasy. 7 receptions, 66 yards, 2 tutties. And KJ Osborne, 3 receptions, 34 yards and a touchdown. 364 yards total, 4 touchdowns. That Vikings offense is nice. Too bad they can't win a damn game. But guess what, Vikings fans? Have no fear, because you guys get to face arguably one of the most cursed teams in the league, the Chargers, who lost in heartbreaking fashion yet again to the Titans in a game where Herbert threw the ball 41 times, 27 completions, 305 yards, 2 touchdowns, got sacked 3 times. On the ground, 21 carries, 61 yards, no touchdowns, mostly from Joshua Kelly, 13 carries for 39 yards, a sweet average of 3 yards per carry. Ouch. And this is without Eckler, mind you, too. So they're really struggling without him. Through the air, Keenan Allen did his thing, 8 receptions, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's all they got. 27 receptions, 305 yards total. Mike Williams also looked good. 8 receptions, 83 yards for him on 13 targets. And Quentin Johnston, their rookie, 1 reception for 7 yards. Wow. Good job getting the rook involved. Now, you see what the Eagles did to Cousins. They only sacked him twice. And now they got the Chargers with Bosa and company, who sacked Tannehill 5 times. By the way, the Vikings added Dalton Reisner to their offensive line. So there you go. A nice new piece for the O-line. Let's see if they can protect Kirk a little bit here, huh? Think when it's all said and done, I don't trust the Chargers. Give me the Vikings to get their first win of the year. Betting line for this game is, wow, Vikings by 1. Yeah, this really surprised me, really. Give me the Vikings to win this game. And in terms of who was calling it, Kevin Kugler and Mark Sanchez. Pretty cool. All right, moving on. We got the 1-1 Jets and the 0-2 Patriots. How often have we seen it where the Jets have a better record than the Patriots? Not too often. Now, of course, originally this was supposed to be, Aaron Rodgers. That's why they have Nance and Romo doing this game. I'm sure they're still going to enjoy it, but man, think of the things they could have done for this if they would have had Aaron Rodgers. Romo would have been slobbering all over that guy. Man, when they saw the assignments for the broadcasters at the beginning of the year or whatever, they're like, I bet you Tony Romo was like, hey, CBS, I want that one. They're like that kid that goes to the toy aisle and they see a toy that they like. When they see the schedule, made out, and they heard Aaron Rodgers is going to the Jets, they're like, hey, I want that one. I want to go. I want to do that one. CBS, I want to do that game. CBS, let me do that one. I want to do that one. I want to do that one. Please, let me do that one. And I bet you his heart shattered when Aaron Rodgers got hurt. Oh, wow. Believe it or not, they believe Aaron Rodgers could come back. And that made Romo very happy. Yeah, because he actually gets to call an Aaron Rodgers game. He doesn't usually get to call too many of them because of Fox versus CBS. But I think the only chance he has of coming back is if the Jets make a deep playoff run. Could that actually happen? I don't know. Zach Wilson has to get them there. Now, the Jets had to face the Cowboys, who are an absolute unit. And yeah, the Jets got a good defense too, but the Cowboys are like, good defense. Says you're a good defense? That's cute. It's real cute, Jets. Look at your little defense. Pathetic. Freaking ass. We crushed it. They do have some good pieces, but the Cowboys are just an absolute unit this year. The Jets lost 30-11. Damn. They were up here beating the Bills, and then boom, they just crashed down to earth. Ouch. That hit hard. Dak Prescott, though, did his thing, but I'll get to them later. Zach Wilson, 12 of 27 for one touchdown, 3 picks, and only 170 passing yards. Oh, God. Now, luckily, the Patriots' secondary is kind of iffy. Expect them to have more success, especially with what Tua just did. Right. But man, Jets fans, I feel for you. Y'all were on cloud nine after Rodgers came there. You were spent all offseason hyping the hell out of him. Yeah, we're going to win the freaking AFC. Yeah. Dude gets hurt 4 plays into the freaking season. You thought you could escape Zach Wilson, huh? I bet you did. That's what the football gods were saying. You thought you could escape Zach Wilson? No. No, you got to suffer. We want to see you suffer before you can have success. Just ask the Browns. We threw them their bone. Got them their nice little playoff win. Now they're back to suffering. Again. I already went through the Patriots a little bit, though. They're coming off a bad loss on Sunday Night Football where they actually could have had a chance to win, but for the second week in a row, they lose on a review. Because this time it was a lineman who was just short. Yeah, you're probably thinking, wait, what? Well, last play of the game, they get the ball to Gesicki, who's noticeably short. He realized it real quickly, and he passed it to a lineman who Brenton Strange, I believe it was. It was Strange. Literally, that's his last name. That's Strange. And he was that close to getting the first down. Like overall, that's a very good awareness play by Gesicki, but man, Cole Strange, you were right. Or was it Breton or Cole Strange? I don't know, but it was a guy named Strange. I think there's like a Strange that's a tight end, I think, for Penn State now. That might be who I'm thinking of, but yeah, Strange. Very strange. Now, Mac Jones, 31 of 42, 231 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, got sacked 4 times. On the ground, 25 carries, 88 yards, mostly from Ramondre Stevenson, who had a touchdown on the ground. 15 carries, 50 yards for him. Through the air, it was Devontae Parker doing damage. Six receptions, 57 yards. Hunter Henry had a touchdown on 6 receptions, 52 yards. For a total of 31 receptions, 231 yards, and a touchdown. So they were doing pretty well. And now they face a very good Jets defense. Yeah. And believe it or not, they only got one sack on Dallas. They sacked Dak one time. Yeah. And that sack came from Solomon Thomas, who's still in the league, by the way, in case you didn't know. Now, to be fair, Zach Wilson was sacked 3 times for 19 yards as well. And of course, Matthew Judon and company, they're going to be trying to go hunt. They're going to be going hunting this week. That's why I'm going to actually pick the Patriots to do what they always do and beat the Jets. If they would have had Aaron Rodgers, I was picking the Jets without a doubt. But with no Aaron Rodgers, give me the Patriots to win this game. Yep. Give me the Pats. And Jim Nantz and Tony Romo, like I said, are calling this game because originally it looked like it was going to be Rodgers versus Jones, but Rodgers is hurt, out for, I assume, the year, if not most of the year. And yeah, Zach Wilson. Nah, not even impressed with this game at all. Betting line for this game is, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Is it even in here? Here it is. 3 points for the Patriots. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Patriots to win this game on the road. All right, moving on. We're finally getting in near the 4 o'clock games, but before we get to that, we got the 1-1 Bills and the 2-0 Commanders. Wow, Commanders get new ownership, and all of a sudden they actually look like a great team. It's crazy, right? And it's funny because I said the Commanders were going to stink this year because I said Ron Rivera was going to get canned, but it's pretty clear that they're looking pretty good. They're looking like a serious team. I guess this is what happens when you have an actually decent quarterback and not Carson Wentz, right? Or as we call him, Carson Wentz with INTZ in his name. Now, to be fair, like I said earlier, they escaped with their lives against Denver because of a missed 2 point conversion or failed 2 point conversion. And I think this game will be very fun to watch. I'm definitely keeping my eye on this game as well while I'm doing our game, of course. I'm very interested to see how Chase Young and company do this week. This is going to be a fun one. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going up against Buffalo, Josh Allen versus Sam Howell. This is going to be fun. I can already tell. But looking at how the Bills did against the Raiders actually fared pretty well early on, and then it just got out of hand at the end. Josh Allen, 31 of 37 for 274, 3 touchdowns, only got sacked twice. On the ground, 35 carries, 183 yards, 2 touchdowns from Damian Harris and Latavius Murray. And James Cook did all the damage on the ground, though, but he didn't score. And then through the air, 31 receptions, 274 yards, 3 touchdowns from Gabe Davis, Khalil Shakir, and Dawson Knox. And as always, Stephon Diggs, 7 receptions, 66 yards. He caught every target, which is nice. That's what you want to see out of your receivers, right? Catch every pass thrown his way. Love to see that. Defensively, they had no sacks. Damn. Yeah. This is going to be an interesting matchup because we saw what the Commanders did to the Broncos. I already talked about them. Chase Young and company, they were getting after Russell Wilson. 7 sacks. I hope Josh Allen's ready to run because he might be doing that a little bit. But, I mean, the Bills' offensive line is solid. I mean, they kept Max Crosby quiet. Max Crosby didn't do a damn thing. How many QB hits did they even have? Two? Oh, they amassed two QB hits the entire game. Coming from Robert Spillane and Davine Diablo. Max Crosby was completely silent this entire game. Then you got Chandler Jones acting a fool on social media. Like, what is going on? I don't know what that franchise. My God. Yeah, I mean, this isn't going to be hard at all for me, I think. I'm going to go Commanders over the Buffalo. No, wait. I'll go Commanders, actually. I like the Commanders. They're a solid squad now. I got a feeling the Commanders are going to come out here fired up. Dude, this is going to be my shocking upset of the week, I think. Low key. Yeah. I'm going to go Commanders to pull it off over the Bills. Just got something telling me that it's going to happen. Yeah, I'm going to go Commanders to go 3-0 on the year. Dude, Commander fans are going to be insufferable on social media. That's going to be freaking hilarious if this actually happens. I want to see it happen. It'd be hilarious. Commanders are 3-0. Like, who would have thought, right? Commanders, Cowboys, and the Eagles lead are in the NFC East like race right now, all at 3-0. And then there's the Giants. I'm gonna go Commanders. This is my upset pick of the week, I think. With that being said, let's move to the 405 games. Actually, I didn't even go through the final stats of like Sam Howell. I mean, if you really want me to, I guess I can go through that stuff. Hate how ESPN always goes to week 3, but yep. I already mentioned a little bit their defense went after freaking Russ, but their offense did pretty good too. Howell, 27 of 39, 299 yards, 2 touchdowns. He got sacked 4 times. So it'll be interesting to see if the Buffalo Bills defense can actually get after Howell. On the ground, 23 carries, 122 yards, mostly from Brian Robinson Jr., who had 2 tutties on 18 carries, 87 yards. Samuel, Howell, and Gibson all had combined 5 carries. So it was clearly the Robinson show for them. Through the air, though. Yeah, Terry McLaurin did his thing. 5 receptions, 54 yards, and a touchdown. Logan Thomas, before he got hurt, 2 receptions, 22 yards, and a touchdown. 27 receptions, 299 yards total. Overall, great stuff. And of course, like I said, 7 sacks from that Washington defense. Jack Del Rio was cooking, man. My God. He really was. He really was cooking over there. I think they have Del Rio. Yeah, they have Del Rio as their DC. Man, can't believe that dude's still freaking coaching. Let me see real quick here, guys. I have been going for about an hour now, and I'm just now hitting the 4 o'clock games. But hey, I'm getting very in depth this year. I was never this in depth with my games, but I like to get really in depth. Yeah, it was Jack Del Rio. Wow. How about Eric Bieniemy too? I mean, he knows how to game plan against that Bills defense. He's faced them almost every year in the playoffs. He knows how to game plan against them. So I'm sure he'll have a nice old game plan involving his receivers trying to torment the defense of the Bills. Should be a fun game. Oh, yeah, this will be a fun game. As for who's calling Washington Buffalo, it'll be Andrew Catalan, Tiki Barber, and Matt Ryan on the call. Oh, this would be good. That'd be a fun matchup. It's going to be a lot of fun matchups. What's up? Brandon Hernandez says Jets can never catch a break. Nope, they can only catch these hands from the freaking football gods. Football gods hate them. They hate them almost as much as they hate us on the Chargers. But betting odds for this game, I expect it to be pretty close, not going to lie. And, where are they at? Where are they at? Though, here they are. Wow, Bills favored by 6.5. That's why I'm saying the Commanders are my shocking pick of the week here. Give me the commies. Wow. That's something I never thought I'd say, but yeah, the Commanders. Give me the Commanders over the Bills, huh? Now we move on to the 4 o'clock slated games. We only have 3 4 o'clock slated games. First one is 0-2 Carolina and the 1-1 Seattle Seahawks. Of course, I talked about Carolina just a little bit um, previously against the Saints. Bryce Young, making his first start at home. 22 of 33, 153 yards, only one touchdown, got sacked 4 times. On the ground, 19 carries, 100 yards, mostly from Miles Sanders. Bryce Young had 2 for 34 too, but it was mainly Miles Sanders doing the damage there. Through the air, 22 receptions, 153 yards and a touchdown, coming from Adam Thielen, who had 7 for 54 and a touchdown. And then defensively, 4 sacks, half a sack apiece for Justin Houston and Yetur Gross-Matos. And then 2 sacks from Frankie Louvu and 1 from Camus Grugier-Hill. So they came from all over the place, but not Brian Burns. They had 6 QB hits too. And as far as Brian Burns, he didn't register really anything except 2 total tackles. Wow. That's crazy. He was very quiet. Yeah, very quiet. Not what you really want to see from a guy who's trying to get paid. But of course, this week they are definitely going to have an interesting matchup against the Seahawks, who, like I mentioned earlier, went into Detroit and they escaped with a W in overtime. Geno Smith was doing that thing again. 32 of 41, 328 yards, 2 touchdowns, got sacked only once. Good job protecting him. On the ground, 25 carries, 82 yards, mostly from Kenneth Walker, who had 2 touchdowns as well. Through the air, 32 receptions, 328 yards, and 2 touchdowns from Tyler Lockett, who had 8 for 59. DK Metcalf, 6 receptions, 75 yards total. Defensively, only 2 sacks from Trey Brown and Draymond Jones. So Trey and Draymond got the sacks for Seattle. And, if there's anything for the Lions here, man. Not the Lions. What am I talking about? What am I talking about here at all, bro? What am I doing? For Carolina, they got to protect their quarterback. Because believe it or not, Seattle does have a nice pass rush. Yep, they have some nice pass rushers. And if little old Bryce Young isn't careful, he might be on his back a lot in this game. Because in terms of QB hits, they did get 6 QB hits on Jared Goff. And then Panther offensive line isn't the strongest either. But we'll see what happens, right? See how it goes. Now, in this game overall, I think I'm going to go with Seattle to beat Carolina. I just can't trust Carolina to win this game. I can't trust the youngster against Geno Smith. Pete Carroll's going to have a good game plan, I'm sure. Yeah, I can't trust Carolina. Give me the Seahawks to pull it off. Betting line for this game is, as soon as I can find it. It's always fun trying to find it in here. Alrighty, where you at? Um, hmm. Oh, here we go. That's not even in here. They only have one 425 game. Well, you know what? I could just do this. Light bulb went off in me head. I could just do this. Hey, yeah, I already got ESPN loaded up. Why don't I just load up the matchup on here then, huh? So for the 425 game, Panthers. Oh, yeah, Seattle's favored by 5.5. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go Seattle at home to take this dub. I think travel will be a little bit of a factor for Carolina going cross country, but shouldn't affect them too much. I don't know, that crowd will probably get into it too. This is Bryce Young's first experience of the Seattle crowd. Ian Eagle and Charles Davis will be on the call for this one. This is a late game, so I'm probably gonna have myself watching this game for sure after our game's finished up. But yeah, give me the Seahawks. All right, moving on. We get, oh my God, man. This might be my easiest pick of the week. 2-0 Cowboys, 0-2 Cardinals. I will give the Cards credit. They held their own against the Giants, but they're going up against a team that has just completely found a new attitude. The Cowboys have achieved something that we didn't really want them to achieve, and that is just finding a completely new attitude. And this team is different, man. They've achieved beast mode. They went out there week one, smacked around the Giants, crushed them in their home opener. Then the very next week, they go out there and do the same damn thing against the Jets. They outscored the New Jersey teams 70-10. To get to face little old Arizona. Do I even need to go through the stats? I mean, I pretty much did earlier. Arizona gonna get their asses kicked. Let's be serious here. Dallas line is -12. Man, my God. Honestly, the other two 425 games absolutely suck. No wonder they don't have betting lines. Sheesh, man. Cowboys are gonna, unless the Cowboys are caught sleepwalking, or maybe they missed their flight, or they oversleep, maybe they have a bad dinner, or something. I don't know, but they should win this game. They really should win this game. I mean, nobody's scared of the Cardinals. The Cardinals are just, half of those guys are there just to collect a check or maybe try to show out to hopefully get traded at some point before the deadline. That's the ultimate goal, I think, for a lot of these guys. Just trying to get out of there so they could go to a contender and show that they're a legit player. Because they ain't doing nothing in Arizona. Arizona sucks. My God. Oh my God, dude. I feel pity for freaking Cardinals fans. I mean, now they're just hoping that I think they get Caleb and Marvin Harrison. But yeah, this game should not be close at all. I'm not even going to go through the stats. Why? 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 To the stats. Why? I mean, this is not going to be fun at all if you're really into it. This is going to be a blowout, in my opinion. Give me the Cowboys to win this game in commanding fashion. Yeah, it's the easiest pick of the week, I think, or at least one of them. But yeah, give me the Cowboys. Give me them boys on the road. Moving on, we got the Bears and the Chiefs. Oh. Did I say the Cowboys Cardinals was the easiest pick of the week? This one might be up there too. Give me the Chiefs. Again, not even wasting any time with those picks. Freaking Cardinals and Bears, they suck so freaking bad. My God. Two incompetent ass organizations in Arizona and Chicago. I swear, man. And it's like I have friends on YouTube that are Bears fans. I swear I see Bears fans on social media hyping up the squad. Justin Fields is my guy, but my God, he stinks. He stinks, man. My God. I almost don't even want to look at his stats, man. He sucks. 16 of 29, 211, one touchdown, two interceptions. He got sacked twice. Now he's got to face Chris Jones. Oh my God. Chicago sucks so freaking bad, dude. I tell you. Couldn't even touch freaking Baker. Now they got to face Mahomes. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. No way, calling this game like it really matters will be Kevin Burkhardt and Greg Olson. At least you have that. And then Joe. Oh yeah, by the way, Joe Davis and Gerald. Gerald. What the heck? Joe Davis and Daryl Johnston. That's kind of funny. You have JD and DJ. Yeah. Ah, it's late. Joe Davis and Daryl Johnston will be doing Dallas, Arizona. Whoop de freaking do. All right, moving on. Final game of the day for Sunday. Sunday night football. 1-1 Steelers. 1-1 Raiders. I think you guys know who I'm going with here. I want to go Raiders so bad because they've been able to beat the Steelers consistently. In fact, I don't trust the Steelers at all. I don't trust them. Their defense won them that game last night. They should be 0-2. They should be. As long as Jimmy G doesn't pull a Deshaun, they should win this game. I'm going to go Raiders by about a touchdown, maybe. I think the Raiders do enough to win this game, and they're going to go to 2-1 on the year. Betting line for this one is 2.5 for the Raiders. I don't trust the Steelers at all. Yeah, they were saved by their defense last night. The defense isn't going to save them every week, especially when you got to face Josh Jacobs. They were getting absolutely bullied by Nick Chubb before he got hurt. Minka, I don't think you're playing, buddy. Swear to God, if I see you try to dive at freaking Josh Jacobs' knees, the whole "your dirty allegations" will get more and more louder. Because people are accusing him of diving at Nick Chubb's knees, bro. Swear to God, if that tackle freaking ruined his career, hooey, man. I'm not wishing injury on him, but oh my God, dude. I mean, imagine being so mad that you're getting butchered, you were getting bullied by Nick Chubb. It's like Minka Fitzpatrick just does he just not like Nick Chubb? Maybe Minka was having flashbacks of him just getting absolutely sauced by Chubb a couple years ago. Because there was this image, I think it was the final game in 2020, final home game or something. It was sometime. There's an image of literally Minka going to the ground like this while Nick Chubb is running right past him because he juked him out of his damn shoes. Obviously, I'm just messing around. I don't think he would really intentionally dive at a player's knees, right? He wouldn't do that, right? Because if he did intentionally, and he basically ended Nick Chubb's career, he does know that Browns fans are going to forever hate his guts, right? British players are going to look at him going, yo, why'd you dive at his knees like that? Oh, because you can't tackle him because he'll just shed you off like a freaking, like a fly, huh? So you go diving for the knees? Hmm? Wow. By the way, if you're just tuning in and you don't know about Nick Chubb's status, word is he's gonna have two surgeries. One's gonna be like I guess like clean up or whatever, and then he's gonna have one a couple weeks, about a week or so later when swelling goes down. I don't know if he's gonna be the same player. It's on the same knee he messed up in college too. Yeah, if this ruins his career, possibly ends it, I'm forever gonna hate Minka Fitzpatrick with every ounce of my soul. Because you literally ruined a player's career. And he was cooking he was cooking their asses too. He was on his way to having a 100 plus yard game. They could not stop him. We all know Nick Chubb. Early on, you may stop him a little bit here and there, but as that game goes on, he gets harder and harder to tackle. He's one of those players that gets harder and harder to tackle because he just wears you out. Jerome Ford was even putting on a low key Nick Chubb esque performance late there. He even had a Nick Chubb esque run. Damn near scored on it. If that was Nick Chubb running that ball there, he would have scored. Yeah. Did you say it's karma that Minka got hurt too? On the original play, that's just tough because he made that tackle and then he hurt himself there. And then he tried to tackle Jerome Ford. He whiffed, of course, and he wound up getting sick from it. And then maybe I think he got sick, I think, on the block from Watson. Then he tried to tackle Ford. He missed, like I said, and then he got sick, or like he was vomiting. And ESPN really yeah, ABC really showed him vomiting on the sideline too. Like the camera guy didn't think, oh crap, he's gonna blow. Turn off camera two. Turn off camera two. Damn it. Hey. Like what? I told you to turn off camera two. Why? Get vomiting on the freaking field, man. What are we doing here? Why? I could just imagine that going on in the freaking production truck. Yeah, I'm gonna go Raiders at home. Historically, Steelers can't seem to beat the Raiders on the road. At least that was like that in Oakland. We'll see if that happens in Vegas, but I'm gonna have the Raiders win in this game. I think it'll be close, but I think Jimmy G gets it done. Not to mention Matt Canada is still the OC of the Steelers, so yeah. Give me the Raiders at home. Betting line for this lovely matchup is 2.5 for the Raiders. And of course, with this game being Sunday night, you're going to have Tirico and Collinsworth on the call. All right, moving on. Let's get to the second doubleheader of the year on Monday night. 2-0 Eagles, 2-0 Bucks. 7:15 on ABC. Jalen Hurts and Baker Mayfield. Ooh. Middle of Oklahoma quarterbacks. Oh boy. Of course, some people might say Alabama. Jalen Hurts is Alabama, not Oklahoma. What are you talking about? All this success came from Alabama. Okay, that's you. That's for you though. I know I didn't go through the stats because I was just too busy ranting about freaking dirty ass Minka. But Jimmy G, 16 of 24, 185 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, did not get sacked. They're going to have their hands full with TJ Watt though. 15 carries, 55 yards on the ground, mostly from Trey Tucker. In fact, Josh Jacobs had -2 yards on the ground. What the heck? Trey Tucker, 1 for 34. Through the air, 16 receptions, 185 yards on the touchdown from Devontae Adams, who had 6 receptions, 84 yards himself. Defensively, 2 sacks for the Raiders, coming from Robert Spillane and Devine Diablo. I already went through that. Yep. And then, of course, we all know about the Steelers last night. Pickett, he looked kind of ass, not going to lie. 15 of 30, 222 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Got sacked twice. Technically, it was 4 people, but, 2 guys split it. On the ground, 21 carries, 55 yards, 43 of which from Najee Harris on 10 carries. There was a long time where they were in the negative. And then through the air, 15 receptions, 222 yards from George Pickens, who had 4 receptions, 127 of those yards as well, and a touchdown on 1 long run. If it wasn't for that long-ass reception, I mean, damn, they wouldn't have done much of anything. And then, of course, defensively, they had 6 sacks, 1 from Highsmith, Ogunjobi and Watt had 1 apiece, with DeMarvin Leal as well, and then Marcus Golden and Elijah Riley all getting sacks too. Wow, they had 11 QB hits. So they were getting after us. So the Raiders are going to have their hands full, but I think the Raiders will be fine. Give me the Vegas Raiders to win this game. And then, like I said, moving on to the Eagles and the Bucks. Man, the Bucks faced the Bears, took care of business there. Eagles, I talked about them a little bit. They faced the Vikings. Jalen Hurts, 18 of 23, 193 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, got sacked 4 times. He's going to face a pretty solid pass rush from the Bucks, who sacked Justin Fields 6 times. Wow. Those 6 sacks coming from 2 from Joe Tryon Shoyinka from Washington, of course. Vita Vea had a sack and a half. Shaquille Barrett had 1 sack, half a sack from Logan Hall, and 1 from Cam Gill. So I think Shaq Barrett and Tryon are going to really get after Hurts here. Now, Baker, 26 of 34, 317 yards and only 1 touchdown. Rashad White, 17 carries, 73 yards and a touchdown on the ground. 34 and 120 total on the ground for the Bucks. 26 receptions, 317 yards, and a touchdown through the air. Mostly from, well, actually, the only touchdown came from Mike Evans. 6 receptions, 171 yards. Sheesh. Yeah, and the thing is, this week, the Bucks are facing a very battered, and I mean battered, Eagles secondary. In fact, if you don't believe me, just look at the injuries. Now, they are getting Bradbury back, and they still have Slay. But what's going to be the big key is, can they stop everybody else? Right? Bucks receivers, I mean, you have Godwin, you have Otten, White, Palmer, Jarrett, and Wells. So not really the best cast of characters, but they can get the job done. I mean, you're probably going to have Bradbury on Godwin and Slay on Evans, most likely, or vice versa. So it's going to be up to like Trey Palmer and Jarrett to, take advantage of any opportunities that they get. But yeah, the secondary for the Eagles is like mostly injured. Blankenship's injured, Bradbury's injured, but he's coming back, and Maddox is out for the year. So we'll see who steps up. So, betting line for this game, 5 favoring the Eagles. And honestly, I think the Eagles are going to once again luck their way into another victory like they've been doing as of late. They escaped against the Patriots and the Vikings, and they're going to escape this one. Give me the Birds to get the job done. Yeah, give me the Birds. And of course, calling this game, I don't know, because it doesn't say. I'm going to guess it'll be the main crew. Although, I don't know. Are they going to have Buck and Aikman doing the other game? And then they're going to have Fowler and, who's it, Herb Street or whatever doing this one game? Well, no, who did that last? It's essentially, you have one crew with Fowler and the other crew with Buck and Aikman. Not really sure who's going to be doing which one, but it doesn't really matter. But yeah, give me the Birds. And then to wrap it all up, 1-1 Rams, 0-2 Bungles, and we'll see what happens with Joe Burrow. Rams, they looked really good against the Niners. They didn't win, but to be fair, the Niners are just a great team, and the Rams held their own for a little while there. They actually had Niners fans low-key worried, but, Niners took just full advantage of any, shortcomings. They did what they were supposed to do. Man, Puka Nakua, though. Dude's a stud. I was curious who was going to step up with Cup being out. Puka Nakua and Tutu Atwell have taken full advantage of the available receptions with Cup's absence. Because, man, that dude Nakua, man, sheesh. He's a dog right now, man. He's showing out. He had 15 receptions, 147 yards, and he didn't score. That's a rookie record, I'm pretty sure, in terms of receptions. 34 receptions, 307 yards. Yep, and 1 touchdown coming from Kyren Williams through the air. Matthew Stafford, 34 of 55, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, got sacked only once. And they're facing a pass rush that isn't really bad in the Bengals, but secondary can be beaten. Yep, their secondary can definitely be beaten. Just look what the Ravens did to them. On the ground, 22 carries, 89 yards for the Rams. We'll see what happens with Cam Akers. He's obviously probably not playing again for them. He was a healthy scratch. Browns were interested, as well as other teams. We'll see what happens. Defensively, only 1 sack for the Rams. Byron Young got to Purdy 1 time. And then I already low-key talked a little bit about the Bengals, but yeah, like I said, they lost. And, they ain't looking so hot. And now Burrow might miss this game because of an injury. But, by the way, whatever you do, do not tweet about Burrow being injured or whatever, because you might run the risk of Dashy freaking quote tweeting you, calling you stupid. Oh, man, that's funny. But Joe Burrow, 27 of 41, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, both Both touchdowns went to T. Higgins. Didn't do much on the ground again. 15 carries, 66 yards, and then 27 receptions, 222 yards, and 2 tutties through the air. Like I said, mostly they all went to T. Higgins. T. Higgins finally got on the board in the touchdown department after we completely shut him down. His mama was literally running her mouth on Twitter about us. And what did we do? Oh, we shut him down completely. No catches at all. We put him in seatbelt city. We had him locked up tight. We had him in a straitjacket. We had this dude in a straitjacket. His mama running her mouth on Twitter. I'll tell you one thing, she definitely shut her mouth after that. Like, imagine that. If you're T. Higgins, what do you think about that? Probably not on Twitter too much, so you probably hear about your mama freaking running her mouth about your opponent in week one, and you go out there and you lay an egg, you put up a dud. You probably check your Twitter and like, yo, mom, why are they roasting you? And then he looks and is like, why'd you say that? That's what I'd be like, bro. I was like, mom, why'd you say that, man? You're giving them billboard material. Jamar, why'd you say that about their mascot? They already kick our ass every year. And we literally just did that to him, too. It was the most fun I've ever had, really, watching my team lately. We had some fun. But that was fun for a different reason. We legit shut them down. They were doing nothing. Oh, but crazy dog, it's because of the weather. That's what they want you to think. We had to play in that weather too, and we put up 24 on them. Yeah, it's because we had an all-terrain vehicle at freaking running back. But hey, even all-terrain vehicles break down. Of course, it doesn't really help when someone freaking lunges at your all-terrain vehicle's knee, making it bend in an unnatural way. And that might ruin his career. But okay, guys, I think I'm going to pretty much wrap this up by saying, give me the Rams. Yeah. It depends on Burrow, though. It depends on Burrow's health. If he plays, I might go with the Bengals. But if not, give me the Rams. Yeah. I trust Matthew Stafford. But yeah, I think this would be a good game. But I can't trust whoever the quarterback will be for the Bengals if Burrow doesn't play. So for right now, I'm gonna say Rams just because I don't know if Burrow's playing. I'm sure he will. So in the end, it'll probably just go Bengals. But I'll definitely make an edit in the thing here or whatever if I change my mind. Essentially, just put it like this: if Burrow plays, give me the Bengals. If not, give me the Rams. And most likely he's going to play. So give me the Bengals to escape against the Rams, and they're going to get their first win of the year, which means Dashy gets to do a Victory Monday content stream thing. Yay! I want them to lose so bad. I really do. But they're going to win at some point. I do think they're probably going to escape with a win against the Rams because that's something that they would do. Yep, they're going to beat the Rams somehow. Betting line is 1 point for the Bengals. But yeah, give me the Bengals to escape by like less than a touchdown somehow. And if Burrow doesn't play, give me the Rams, like I said. But for right now, I'm just going to assume he's going to play. So give me the Bengals. So with that being said, guys, that's going to wrap it up. Streaming for about an hour and a half. I'm just here to make sure you pick the Cowboys. Duke bothers you. Did you really have to come in here saying that? You know who you're playing this week, right? You're playing the damn Cardinals. Come on now. Why would I even think about picking the Cardinals? Like I said, the only way I'm picking the Cardinals is if one, the Cowboys miss their flight, two, the Cardinals get locked. Oh no, the Cardinals somehow contact the Monstars and steal the talent of the Cowboys. 3, the Cowboys get locked in the locker room. 4, they miss the bus. 5, they all wake up with the flu and they all can't play. But even then, the backups would probably still beat the freaking Cardinals. That's how bad they are. Not to mention the one good player on defense, Buda Baker, is on IR. They have some solid players, but Buda Baker is probably their best player on defense, really. They're an ass team. Watch you guys lose to them when you play them. I'm not even talking about the Browns at this point. The Cardinals are just ass. With an emphasis on ass. They're not good. The coaches cringe. They got Josh Dobbs at quarterback. Their offense isn't actually that bad, but their defense looks like it reeks. They gave up freaking how many points unanswered to the damn Giants, who were dead at halftime. Like, come on, man. I'm obviously going Cowboys there, but yeah. So just a quick rundown of my picks in case you're just tuning in. I'm going Niners, Ravens, Browns, Lions, Saints, Jags, Dolphins, Vikings, Patriots, Commanders, shocker, right? Seahawks, Cowboys, duh, Chiefs, obviously, and the Raiders. And then Monday night, I'm going Eagles and Bengals if Burrow plays. So, with that being said, guys, I'm going to head on out of here. It's almost 2:30 in the morning. Gotta love it. And another week of football is upon us. I can't freaking wait. So, and of course, if I have any updates on the running back situation for the Browns, of course, Kareem Hunt was in town today. We'll see how that goes. We might be signing him tomorrow. So be on the lookout for a possible video then. But until then, that's going to wrap it up, and I will see you all later. I'm Crazy Dog, and let's go Browns. Beat the damn Titans, and I'm out of here. Got a damn bug crawling around on my leg. I hate that, man. I'll see you guys later. I'm out. Bye-bye.